You said you made your mind up on Mitch Marner. We were kind of dancing through some free agency. There was a story on Daily Faceoff today about the Flames' big game hunting. It's not about the Flames, but you said you made your mind up on Marner. What's your mind made up on, and what is the position you hold?
Well, I don't think there's ever been a bigger disparity between the regular season and the playoffs as there is now. Like, the league's quite soft compared to how it was 15 years ago. That's no secret. But in the playoffs, it's the dogs that show up. It's the playoff mentality. Who can do those dark arts? Who can play through more? Who can forecheck harder? Who can take those hits? Who can get involved and like elevate their game when it's difficult? And my knock on Marner has always been like, yeah, you're fancy as hell and you can go through your legs and you can backhand sauce it with the best of them. You're super talented. No one's questioning that. But when the going gets tough and you need those dogs that I mentioned that are on Florida to elevate and get you over the hump and be the one that's making it difficult, he goes away. He just goes. He hasn't got a shot on the net in 2 games. And he's done other things that are great, but it's always like he's doing all these things that are great until it gets tough and then he's gone. And, you know, they've got too many pieces in place right now with what Tree Living's done, where Berube's taking this team. They've already wasted 9 years. Like, this isn't a hot take of me going, wow, that's a lot. Like, this, we see this every single time. It's proven. And if they re-sign him for, I don't even care what it is. Like, that's the definition of insanity, doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. We know what this guy is. He's not a dog. And I'm sorry to say it, but that's the reality of this situation that he's put himself in by fading and becoming a ghost every time the going gets tough.
They can win without him, in your opinion, right now? They're good enough?
Like a guy like Matthew Knies, like, he steps up. Nylander's still there. I mean, John Tavares, he can play in these games. He's older and he's not that fast, but you know, you get in those down low puck battles where you got to use your body and you got to spin off a guy and you got to be digging and mucking and you look and you see something opened up, or that D-man just closed on me too, and he can use his body, spin off and center and make those plays. Mitch needs time and he needs space and he needs to do the loop-de-oop out there and la-di-da. And when the Panthers are playing their hockey, he can't do it.
I'm just curious. Like, I'm thinking about Marner in the future in Toronto, and
what do they do? Because you're right. Like,
they need it. I feel like he needs to contribute a little bit if they're going to win or go to the Stanley Cup Finals this year. Right. And then you're in the situation. Well, we got the finals. How do we walk away from this guy?
I know it's an anomaly, and they've been there for a while with, like, how do you walk away with this guy who does X, Y, Z and does the things that he does? He is a special player in many aspects, but it's that last finishing thing that they need to get over the hump, the Maple Leafs. And that is, like, no one cares that they had a 116-point season or that they win the Atlantic or any of that stuff. Like, it doesn't matter. It's only playoff success in that city. And he has done everything but that. And it's like, I think everyone realizes to a degree that he is very good, but like, he's not the one that's going to get us over this hump. And it is, if they lose this series, that will be the talk of the town. Him and Matthews, like, you're our top dogs. You get paid. You want this and you want that. And you're like, everyone else who goes deep in the playoffs has their big dogs step up and elevate their game. And they're doing the opposite. Like, it's just, people have had enough. But crazily enough, their depth, the other guys that they do have, like, there's the games where those guys are kind of ghosts. Matthews has been a ghost all series long. You know, he's doing other things, which is great, but people are like trying to say, oh, he's reinvented himself. You don't take a Rocket Richard winner and turn him into a decent third liner, blocking shots and winning faceoffs and say that's what he meant to do. He's a shell of himself right now. And despite that, though, they're still in the series and they've been in control for a lot of it. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah. And see, I agree with a lot of that. I thought the Four Nations things probably helped Mitch a bit. I think he's talked a lot about being around Sid and seeing the calm and the poise. And we saw Mitch having tantrums on the bench last year, this time of year, less of that. Yeah. And to be fair, it's a best of 3. If those two guys want to put together a couple of games here, you've kind of rewritten stuff a bit. Now, that doesn't mean you have to re-sign this guy, but I don't know. It's a weird spot to be in because I think they like Mitch. I don't think they love Mitch. And when you're paying what he's going to be asking for, you probably got to love a guy. Look what Rantanen's doing. Look what Draisaitl and McDavid are doing. Look what Barkov gives the Florida Panthers. Like, if you're going to make that kind of money, you've got to be a money player.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, there's no guarantees that if you let him walk, I mean, that hurts to let him walk for nothing if that is the case. There's no guarantees you're going to go shopping on July 1 and like fix all your problems. And it's very likely that he'll go off somewhere else and have a bunch of success. And all the lovers of Mitch will say, see, look what we let. But I mean, this is the 9th year with this group. And it's the same story all the time when the rubber hits the road, and it's that he doesn't really have that dog in him. He's not Pinder at the pond hockey tournament where it is Pinder's Stanley Cup. This is Mitch's Stanley Cup, and he never elevates. People are getting tired of it. And again, you got to commit a massive amount. Then you're literally just doing the same thing, and you have the same team, and you don't have enough cap space to work around and get the guys that you need. I'm sorry, I can't watch it anymore. And so a lot of people are on that as well. He has been better since Four Nations. He was good in the first round. He's done some good things. He's not terrible, like by any stretch, but it's like, do you commit that money to him knowing what you know and what have you seen? And there has been one constant, and it's when you play a team that you have to beat to get to the Stanley Cup, which is like the Florida Panthers. He's not capable. He's not. It's not the type of player he is. And he has success in the regular season because that's regular season hockey. He doesn't in the playoffs because that's playoff hockey. And he's one guy who's just proven time and time again he's not suited for the playoffs so far. I mean, it's up for grabs. There's a game on Wednesday. Do you want to change that, Mitch? Let's go. I'm all about it. And I'll change my tune to a degree as well. If he wants to try to do that, but like he's going to kind of have to reinvent his game almost and do things he's never been willing to do if he's going to get over that hump and be the guy that rises above, especially against the Panthers.
One of the things Treliving always talked about, you talk about it, you've mentioned it already. It's just how different playoff hockey is than regular season. And so in a regular season, you would always take Mitch Marner ahead of Sam Bennett's 50 points, always. Yeah. But I think this time of year, you look around the room and all of us would take Sam Bennett over Mitch Marner.
100%. Yeah. Look at those guys down there.
That's a perfect description of how different the styles are. And when you get in a 7-game war,
well, that might be the exact scenario.
Maybe. Yeah, because Sam's a free agent. And the other thing too is I don't know if you're hearing much in Toronto about it, but Matthew Knies is going to be a very, very juicy offer sheet target.
Mm-hmm.
If the Leafs just get him locked in at 8-9 and get that sorted away, let Mitch go, and now see if they've got enough left for Sam Bennett. I mean, what you're sort of telling me Matthew Knies is a more important piece in the postseason. In the regular season, he's not. He had a good year, but
everyone would
kind of believe that in the playoffs.
Stupid regular season first place for a deep run.
Of course you would, especially in Toronto, because you've had the 100-point seasons every GD year, and it's led to nothing.
Yeah, and it's because you have the guys like Mitch who are, no one cares about his 100 points if he's only done that once in his career, by the way, but that's fine and dandy. But then you have to totally flip a switch, and it's like 7 games against these teams that come up that do well and have success in the playoffs, which the template right now is the Florida Panthers. That doesn't get you anywhere. Like the stuff that works in the regular season doesn't work now. And if you look at, the impact that Bennett has made in this series, it's just, it's astronomical compared to Mitch. And you look at Matthew Knies, and this kid is a workhorse. He embodies what it takes to have success in the playoffs. The physicality, the forecheck, the big body, the turning pucks over, and then he's got the skill to finish when he gets opportunities. He's a horse. And yeah, he's not getting to any offer sheet opportunities. He's not going to make it to July 1. I think he wants to be here, and they're going to lock him up. And it's whether it's a bridge deal or more, or whatever, he's going to be locked. Sure. I'd give the guy, look at where the cap's going and where the league's going and all the rest of it. Even if he signs a 5-year deal, on the 3rd year of that deal, you're going to go, oh my God, we got to make hay with this kid while we got him at this number. Because his ceiling is through the roof. You got to build around that kind of thing. And Nylander tends to step up when the going gets tough. He's scored big goals. He's been big in the playoffs before. There's kind of your franchise. And I don't know what's going on with Austin Matthews. Is he hurt? Is he what? But I wish he had more of that dog in him too. He tends to kind of just be the look on his face, and his body language is just kind of oh, dumb. And I want someone that gets pissed off and says, get on my back. We're going to war. Yeah, I haven't seen that out of him either. And he's taken some heat for it lately.
Hey, buddies, thanks for watching. We appreciate it. Also, if you could throw in a like and subscribe, it does help us out with what it is we are doing. And check out more at flamesnation.ca.